Hey, so what's up? This is going to be a rather quick tutorial showing how to hook up the music clock and the exciting music tempometer components added by Epic and Harmonix in Unreal 5.4. I'll try to do most everything from scratch. So the first thing you're going to need is a meta sound source that plays MIDI. MIDI source. Okay, so there's a bunch of tutorials that already show how to do that, but the quick way. Great. Okay. You'll need to set up your MIDI player. We will connect it to a Fusion sampler, and I'll give it some file here. Doesn't matter really. Fusion sampler stereo. This is why it's so much nicer to work with a MetaSound Builder script. So we need a piano or something. Cool. Let's take the harpsichord. Okay, so we got all of this connected. We don't need to connect the MIDI clock. This is, by the way, an option to get the MIDI clock, but what we do need to do is to take this clock and set it to a graph output. Wow, loud motorcycle. Okay, so now that we got this going, we'll run a quick test by playing it. And fantastic. Now, what we're going to need is something in the scene that plays it, and we're going to need an actor for that. Awesome. Now, this guy doesn't need to do much. It needs an audio component. This audio component needs our MIDI source. Cool. And I think if we already have it on autoplay, we'll check that real quick. Just a quick test. Drag it to the scene. Amazing. Now that's the only thing that's playing in the scene. I'll use the other things for demonstration soon. Okay, so really now we need to add two components to this guy. Music clock. All of this is available in 5.4. If you're not seeing this, you're probably not on 5.4. And the music tempometer. Now, the music clock guy, it needs a reference to the MetaSound audio component, but it does not see, it needs a runtime reference. So we're gonna do this, set MetaSound audio component, drag our audio component, put it right here. Awesome. Now, after we did that, we need to start the clock. That's important. Now, we also, okay, so after we've done that, actually, what can we do with the clock? We can take the clock, bind event to bar event, for instance. Now, let's quickly create a custom event. And for our purposes, we're just going to print the number of the bar. Compile, save, play. You can see in the top left corner. Button. Cool. So that's one option. You saw there is also a beat event. The music clock, beat, and you can also use the clock to convert from musical time to milliseconds, other things, and also assign the various events: beat, disconnected, play state, sections. Sections are interesting because you can add sections to the MIDI and kind of use it as a global event dispatcher. But so this one is cool. But the tempometer actually it's cooler. Like it. Okay. So first, what the tempometer does, you need to connect it to a clock. Set clock. Yes. I suppose you can do it set clock from actor, but doesn't matter. We have the clock, we set it. Now, the cool thing, I think, that it's already working. So we'll check the tempometer, and on the tick event, get current, get beat. Okay, get beat including counting. There are various options. You really should look in. It's kind of easy to figure out whether it counts the pre-roll or not, but there is some documentation, mostly in the code. So now every tick we will spam with the current beat from the tempometer. Yes. And this is cool. If you, as you saw, the resolution is also quite high. It gives you the beat fractions, which you can use the tempometer and the clocks or component to convert back to subdivisions and stuff like that. It's easier in C++ to write the conversions back, but it's also possible in blueprints. So we have that, but that's really not the exciting part about the tempometer. I mean, it is. The nice thing about this is that you can time multiple tempometers on multiple different actors to the same music clock, and that's nice. But there is an even nicer thing now. You can connect the tempometer to a parameter collection. I already created one, and really, if you will look here, it just give the parameter name, so you need to make sure that these names correspond to the names you created here. Everything is a scalar. You can create a new temp material collection by just parameter collection and new param collection. Now you need to add the scalars manually and stuff, and it will perhaps become clearer soon, but the param collection is updated and shared by every tempometer that reads and any material that accesses this param collection. So it's, if you have two tempometers playing different songs writing to the same param collection, this can cause some nonsense. So you kind of have to set them up for your different scenes if you need to. So anyway, but so we just assign, this is a material I created before with all the names and stuff, and actually I added a few parameters to it. This is another thing you can do with a parameter collection, because it misses some things like the duration of the song, the play rate and stuff like that, but you can write to it. So we have this, and now this parameter collection is being updated. So the cool thing here is that I already have this set up, these simple metronomes, and they have a simple bar progress material which reads from the collection and does a very basic calculation to glow and do things. And sure, okay, so the materials already react. I didn't need to do anything else, and that's pretty cool. You also have some progress, stuff like that, and really that's there's many things you can do with it. Once you have all of the information, you can get exposed. Let's see it again. You have the seconds, you have the timestamp, etc., etc. Now in the more advanced, I set things up in a more advanced use case. You can find the example scene in the free Undow plugin, which I put on GitHub, but let's delete this. So if we hook up things a little bit more in this actor, for instance, on begin play, it also checks the duration of the song and adds it to the collection so that we can use it for various calculations and stuff like that. It's actually not this actor, but the same principle. Another actor with a tempometer writes additional values, and once you do that, all of those values are exposed. So for instance, in this scene, we can also see the play rate. We update it. And that's it really. The tempometer and the MusicClock make it pretty easy to fire events, and I guess I won't cover it in this tutorial, but to get the MIDI outputs, you need to set up a MIDI output, a meta-sound output watcher receiving a MIDI stream, and from there you can get clocks. If anyone wants a quick video on that, I can do it. Okay, that was it.